Hello everyone, welcome into NBA Now. I'm your host, Harris Rubenstein. We're about 25 games into the NBA season, about a quarter of the way through, and last time we did the top 10 most disappointing players in the NBA so far. Let's now go through the 10 most surprising NBA players so far and give out some props to players who may be playing a little bit above their pay grade right now. Let's start with the second-year man out of Kentucky, De'Aaron Fox. He has been fantastic in his second year in the NBA. One of the biggest reasons why the Kings are stable this year, averaging a little over 17 points per game. His assists per game is up from last year. His rebounds per game is up last year. His field goal percentage is up almost 40 points from what it was last season. De'Aaron Fox has been fantastic for the Kings so far this season. Honestly, it is stunning that the Kings are anywhere close to 500, and De'Aaron Fox might be the primary reason why they have been so good this year. Let's go on to probably the most surprising team in the NBA, but its most surprising player, Tobias Harris of the Los Angeles Clippers. I gave this guy so much hate. So much hate in the offseason and in the beginning of the season. He turned down a contract from the Clippers because he thought he was worth $150 million. You know what? I'll admit when I was wrong, and I'll circle the wagon when I'm right. I was wrong about Tobias Harris. He's averaging 21 points per game, 21 and 8 on a nightly basis. He's been a go-to guy for the Clippers so far this season. He won the Player of the Month award in the Western Conference for the first month of the season. In the entire Western Conference. He has been spectacular for them so far. I can't wait to see what the Clippers do for the rest of the season because either A, they're going to completely fall on their faces and it's going to be hilarious, or B, they are somehow going to carry out one of the most improbable seasons in the Western Conference that we have had in a very long time. So props to the Clippers and props to Tobias Harris for being so good so far this season. Another guy on the Clippers who has been incredibly surprising has been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The history with Doc Rivers and rookie point guards is really, really bad. The only rookie point guard that has ever succeeded in the Doc Rivers system was Rajon Rondo way back in 2008. Ever since then, all of them have fallen by the wayside, except for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who has been a great floor general for this Clippers team so far this season. He started a little bit over 3/4 of their games so far this year, 15 out of 23, and has done a great job manning the point, allowing the players around him like Tobias Harris and Danilo Gallinari to get their shots. But he's done a great job of controlling the spacing for the Clippers, especially on the defensive side of the ball, where he's been one of the better defensive rookies that we've had in the NBA so far this year. Shouts to you, Clips. You guys have been pretty good this year, but I don't know from you guys. Will the Clippers end the year as a top 3 seed in the Western Conference? I say no because it just seems so hilariously improbable, but at this point, good for the Clippers for at least being in the playoff hunt. I mean, we're about this way through the season. They're still the 1 and 2 seed in the Western Conference. So let me know in the comment section below if you think they'll end as a top 3 seed in the West. I say no, maybe like a 6 or a 7. I like the sound of that. Let's go to our next player. Now, it's surprising to everyone in the NBA except for me because I told you that Luka Doncic was going to be the best rookie in the NBA, and he has been by far. Not only has he been dominating on a night-in, night-out basis, he does not look like a rookie. He doesn't. It looks like he's been going against NBA talent for, 5-6 years already, which, wait, who told you that going against 30-year-olds in Europe was a better idea than 18-year-olds in America? Wait, was that me? Oh, that was me. That's right, because Luka's been playing basically, 3/4 of NBA basketball for the past 5 years, and it shows. His awareness is incredible. His court vision is amazing. His ability to get to his spots on the floor where he knows that he can knock down shots. His three-point shooting has increased from his first game until now. Luka Doncic right now is on pace to put up one of the best rookie seasons efficiency-wise in NBA history, and honestly could go down as one of the best rookies that the NBA has ever seen. So keep an eye on Luka Doncic. I'm telling you, he's going to be the Rookie of the Year. We might have to start talking about NBA All-Star territory for Luka Doncic at this point in the year. Let's go to our next player. I don't know how surprising we can say Joel Embiid's season is so far. We listed him as one of the top 10 players in the NBA going into this season. But what has been so surprising has been just how purely dominating he has been so far this season. He is putting up Shaq numbers in an NBA where the center position is supposed to be dying and basically dead at this point. He's averaging 26 and 13 a night. in the NBA where centers are a non-existent force anymore. Non-existent. Almost every single team in the NBA right now has a center who plays, I don't know, 12 to 13 minutes a night on rotation, but doesn't really have a solid number one guy. There's 5 centers in the NBA worth a damn right now. And Joel Embiid is putting up MVP level numbers from the center spot right now and dominating. It's been great to see Joel Embiid. I don't think he's going to win an MVP trophy this year, but will Joel Embiid win an MVP at some point in his career? Let me know in the comments section below. I say yes. If you're a Sixers fan, the number that you care the most about is not the 23 points per game, it's not the 13 rebounds a game, it's the 25 games played. He has played in every single game for the 76ers this season and is putting up a career high in minutes. That's what matters if you're a Sixers fan, and Embiid is having a great year so far. Another player that we had in our top 10 coming into this year was Kawhi Leonard. One thing I did not expect was Kawhi Leonard to be a top 5 player in basketball through 25 games in the NBA season. He's averaging 26, 8, and 3, coming off of that injury, coming off of a full season of not playing NBA basketball. Now, you could say, there's multiple reasons as to why Kawhi has been so good this year. Nick Nurse has done a great job coaching this Raptors team. The team in general has been fantastic. Kyle Lowry is putting up maybe his best season that he's had as a Raptor so far from a leadership and defensive standpoint. But for me, Kawhi just looks like the same guy he always has. Coming off of a debilitating injury which took out a year and a half of his basketball career. He played 9 games last year. For those of you who watched him play against the 76ers last night, looked like he hasn't skipped a beat. He's been a little bit inconsistent this year, which, you can expect. But overall, putting up numbers like 26, 9, and 3 after missing a full season of basketball, that's pretty surprising. Shout out to you, Kawhi Leonard. He's already in the MVP conversation just 25 games into this season. Rarely in the NBA do we see a trade help both sides. But I think we can officially say that the Blake Griffin trade helped both the Pistons and the Clippers. And maybe the person that's helped most of all has been Blake Griffin, who is putting up career highs in both points per game, rebounds per game, three-point shooting percentage. He has been one of the best players in the entire NBA so far this season. And it's actually quite refreshing to see Blake Griffin as a number one guy again. We haven't seen him in this role in a very long time. Fully healthy, in fact, for about 3 to 4 years of him being a number one scoring option on a team. But he is really taking control. Point Blake has been really fun to watch. Not to mention, his late game shooting this year has taken a big step forward. His shooting percentage in the fourth quarter, also a career high this year. So Blake Griffin, definitely one of the most surprising players in the NBA so far. I thought he'd be good. I did not think he'd be top 10 player in the NBA good so far this season. One thing you know will always be good no matter what season it is BetDSI. Head to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code NBA120 for a 120% deposit bonus. If you don't know what that means, like I didn't know what that meant when I first started, if you deposit $100, use that promo code, which gives you a 120% deposit bonus, you get $120 for free. That's what a deposit bonus is. It's just free money for you to gamble with. Now, you'll probably do better than I did. I got roasted last week on BetDSI, but you guys will do way better than me. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code NBA120. Let's go to our next player here. How about Pascal Siakam, who has been the most improved player in the NBA so far this year? It's not even close who the most improved player is. It's Siakam. He has taken the Raptors from who they were last year as probably, one of the most consistent teams in the NBA, one of the best teams in the NBA so far. He has brought their game to a completely other level. His three-point shooting, he's shooting almost 50% from 3. He's averaging 14 and 6 and 3 a night, a guy who was averaging under double digits in points per game last season. The additions of Kawhi and Danny Green have allowed Siakam to just really affect the Raptors in terms of spacing and shooting. His explosive athleticism and his great ability to cover multiple positions on the defensive end has made him one of the most valuable players in basketball so far this year. He is starting, though they do kind of cycle in between starting and bench, depending on what the matchup is. But so far, Siakam, kind of like what I said with Luka, we might have to start talking about NBA All-Star level play from Siakam so far. He has been a special guy for Toronto this year. Let's go to another guy, my pick so far for the 6th man of the year. I know everyone's saying Lou Williams. I know we're constantly going to go back and maybe Marcus Morris on the Celtics. For me, butchered that one. Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis this year has been the best bench player in the NBA. He is shooting 83% from three because he's just that efficient this year. He has been great. He's top 5 in field goal percentage. He has been the best big man off the bench in the Eastern Conference this year and in the entire NBA. Just off his efficiency. His field goal percentage is the highest of any big man coming off the bench. His three-point percentage is also the highest. His overall efficiency, his player efficiency rating, all of them as a bench player are tops for big men in the NBA so far. Sabonis has been the reason why the Pacers have been able to keep their heads above water with Oladipo dealing with all the injuries he had this year. If he has not been around with the Pacers, they might be a below 500 basketball team right now. But Sabonis has made sure that hasn't happened. If you guys are looking for a great Christmas gift this year, look, people hate getting clothes for Christmas unless they're actually comfortable. Go to comfortable.af, get your man or woman a Mizzen and Main shirt for Christmas this year. I got one for Hanukkah. I'm wearing it right now. It's unbelievably comfortable. I'm going to wear this home. I'm going to wear this to bed. I can wear this anywhere. I'm going to wear this when I go to Cidercade this weekend down here in Dallas. Go to www.comfortable.af. Get your significant other, father, mother, anyone, get them a Mizzen and Main button-down shirt. They're the most comfortable thing you will wear this year. All right, let's go to our last most surprising player, but last but certainly not least, I suppose is the phrase. Julius Randle, who is making everyone in Los Angeles slap themselves in the face for not bringing him back. 18-9, he's been the second best player for the Pelicans this year. It has been a huge mistake that the Lakers haven't kept him, so huge mistake, massive. He would be the second best player on the Lakers this season, like he's been with the Pelicans. He's really given the Pelicans kind of a nice 1-2 combo down low, similar to what they had last year with AD and DeMarcus Cousins. Now, Randle isn't Cousins because he doesn't really have the outside shooting ability, but his rebounding ability, his defensive ability down low, and his scoring prowess around the rim has allowed the Pelicans to build around him and AD. Not to mention, Julius Randle is also on one of the best contracts in the NBA. So I want to know from you guys, should the Lakers have kept Julius Randle? Give me a Y for yes, give me an N for no. I say yes. I don't know why they let him walk in the first place and then decided to bring in Rondo and Lance Stevenson. You know, JaVale McGee has been pretty great this year so far, but could have given that $14 million that you gave to Rondo and to Lance Stevenson to Julius Randle, and he would have come back. So I say yes, but let me know in the comments section below. Give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no. Our top 10 most surprising NBA players so far this year. Let's go back through them. De'Aaron Fox, Tobias Harris, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic, Joel Embiid, Kawhi Leonard, Blake Griffin, Pascal Siakam. I'm going to nail it this time. Domantas, Sabonis, and then Julius Randle. Those are your top 10 most surprising NBA players so far this season. You can follow me on Twitter @SportsScene for all your NBA news and coverage. But for now, we'll see you.